Hey everybody, you're kicking it with the homeboys, and this is another episode of Moron Real Estate. Real quick, what is Moron Real Estate? It is where the homeboys get clips from our producer, and we are calling, yes, this is legit advice, or we are calling that this is from a moron. Hopefully, if you are posting a lot of bad crap out there on the internet, you don't make the moron list.
We're coming for that garbage. We're going to call you out.
The homeboys have had it with all these people posting all this silliness on the internet, and today we're calling you out. So, without further ado, I'm here with my homeboy, Mr. Adams. How are you, sir?
I'm great. I'm ready to dive right into this.
Let's do this, man.
All right, clip one.
I own 6 rental properties and I live with my mom. And then he stopped me. He says, hey, say that again. And I said, I own 6 rental properties. I live with my mom. He goes, is it okay if I quote you? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's true, you know? So that became something that now, fast forward, I met Ray 6 years later. We're talking that I have 60 doors though and 6 Airbnbs. And these are long terms.
You know, what do you think was the biggest key that allowed you to do that so fast?
When I got my real estate license and I'm working, I still kept my job as a bartender. I bartended 6 nights a week. I was working in real estate 24/7. So I had 2 full-time jobs. So much that one day, one of my mentors, one of my lenders that helped me fund those properties that I purchased conventionally with 20% down, he asked me, how much are you worth? And this is me, after I finish cleaning the bar, I go home and do homework. I realized I was a millionaire. And then here I am cleaning bathrooms 6 nights a week as a millionaire. And I did not know I was a millionaire. That's how focused and driven I was at working, saving, and investing.
Oh, it just warms my heart.
Come on the show, man.
Yeah.
It is the furthest thing from a moron. That's I don't know. I like to think that I kind of came up that way a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, I wasn't bartending late nights and all of that, and I hats off to this dude.
Right.
You know, it's badass.
Worked our asses off to get where we are, but this guy's story is amazing, and there's a lot of truth in this that anyone can do. You know, before you know it, you are a millionaire. You know, there becomes a question of whether you're a millionaire on paper versus, you know, how real it becomes, but that's the truth. If you work hard and you invest in real estate, it can happen for anyone, you know, but it's going to take some hard work and effort, and mostly, I think, focus. But kudos. What a great story.
Yeah.
Great story.
Yeah, people like this, we'd love to kick it with you. You know, we'd love to hear your story. So
love to learn from people.
Yeah.
Everybody's path is different. We love learning from folks like this. So.
Correct. So awesome stuff.
Good stuff. All right, next.
The most important number in real estate is the number of units. It's not the cap rate, not the cash on cash, not the GPM, it's not the rent multiplier, it's not the NOI. Dude, it's the number of units you have. You need numbers of units. This is about scale. It doesn't matter how good the cash return gets on 6 units. 6 times whatever number is that. It's the most important number of every number, and nobody ever talks about it.
Well, first of all, I know this guy.
Right.
I have. He's a guru. I've read one of his books. In fact, I actually enjoyed his book a great deal. I won't say which one, but I mean, I good. It was, and ironically, the book is about scale. But I couldn't disagree more with his advice. You know, I think, you know, it's like that old cliche. I don't make any money on any deal. I do it.
I lose money.
I lose money on every deal. I make up for it in volume.
Right.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
But
it's dangerous advice because everybody wants to figure out that path to succeed. And if you blindly go into this and repeat it over and over, not only will you fail, but I did that myself. I mean, we talk about it on our Homeboys podcast often about our histories, and I did this with junk properties and junk areas.
How many did you have?
Over 100.
Right.
You know, and I somehow survived it, barely getting out of them all. That was just because the market was good. So I think it's very dangerous advice, and it speaks to the greed that sells. You know, greed and you know, all that excitement sells. But every property matters, and it's okay to go slow. I mean, what's the point of having 60 units that take all this work and don't have great returns?
The thing that scares me the most about this is, this guy's got an acid tongue. He's very charming. He has these huge conferences. These people pay all kinds of money to come see it. He's making money hand over fist. If someone here in our hometown is saying, just doesn't matter the deal, just go out and get as many as you can. I mean, just imagine if you got 100 of the worst here in our hometown. Long term, it's never going to work. And I just think it's horrible advice. I hope that we're only seeing a clip and that there's other parts to this that kind of make up for that. But saying that only getting a lot of turds doesn't mean that it's not a turd. It's bananas.
You make a good point. I'm sure there's more to the story than this because he's a fairly intelligent. He's very intelligent.
Very
guy.
Intelligent, very charming. And, got a huge following.
Right, and he knows what he's talking about in a lot of areas. So I have a feeling there's more to this clip than just that. However, this is not good advice. Bottom line.
Agreed.
All right, next.
For all the beginners out there, step number one, you can't do it with zero money. It ain't happening. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have at least 10 grand saved up in the bank. Step number two, make sure you don't need the 10 grand to use for your bills. All that no money down stuff, listen, if it works for some people, God bless them. I'm not as smart as they are. I can't go around buying real estate with no money and figuring out all these other ways of doing it. These people are way smarter than me. So I'm telling you the way I do it. With 3% down on FHA or 1 to 4 units, 3,000 on 100,000, that ain't much money to need.
I like where his head's at. I
sure.
like where I don't understand the last part of that, so well with the whole FHA and the 3% down. I mean, are you living in the house?
I can tell you why he didn't understand it.
Okay.
It's bullshit.
Okay.
He doesn't do that.
I mean,
he doesn't get FHA loans on. I mean, you can get 10. He's owns a lot of real estate.
right.
So that was just color. I think he was
Okay.
adding for people. He doesn't do that.
But prior to that, yes, I'm on board. And I disagree with one thing he said. Those people that are saying that they're doing it with no money down are much smarter than me. No, they're not. Those people have a facade in front of them that is going to crumble to the ground like the walls of Jericho at some point in time.
Mhm.
Let me get up on my
Hallelujah, brother.
But anyhow,
It's true.
It doesn't last. I mean, it's something that it's going to crumble. Those people aren't smart, sir. You're smart for saying what you're saying. It takes money, to make money in almost any business, and real estate's the same way.
Got to have skin in the game. All right, next.
Congratulations on closing on your first home. Your loan is for $300,000 at 3.5 interest, and your monthly mortgage payments is $1,347. Sounds good, but I'm actually going to be paying you $1,500 per month. Why would you do that? Well, I know that if I just made the regular monthly mortgage payments, then I'll be paying about $185,000 in interest over the lifetime of the loan. Yes, that's correct. But if I pay an additional $153 per month, my total interest reduces to $151,000, saving me $34,000 over the lifetime of the loan. Plus, I'll finish off paying the loan in 25 years and 1 month versus the traditional 30 years. It's pretty significant savings for just putting in an additional $5 per day. Wow, that's pretty smart. How did you find out about this? I heard it from Sean. He makes real estate easy, and that's why I follow him.
Awesome.
Yeah, Sean.
Oh yeah, that's great. Great. I love it. We believe in accelerated debt pay down. And I think he's mostly talking to homeowners about their own, but you can apply this to all of your investments across the board. We do it. We believe in it. And we believe in building equity in the things you own and letting them cash flow, get that mailbox money once it's all paid off. So
I agree with it as well. Personal mortgage, I'm kind of a 15-year guy as opposed to a 30-year guy. I've always adopted that, if you can't afford a 15-year mortgage, I think that you're getting into too much house. That's just my personal opinion.
I couldn't agree more.
So I know there's some people say, well, I'm just going to get a 30. I'm going to pay on it like it's 15. If you've got that discipline, okay. For me, I like seeing people going to getting 15-year mortgages. It's a little bit less interest that you're going to pay historically on a 15-year mortgage. And obviously you're paying it down exceptionally faster than a 30-year.
But it's most importantly, it's I know this is a little off the topic, but it's guardrails that keeps you from buying too much house. Just because you can get approved for a mortgage amount does not mean you should get it on a 30-year mortgage. If you get approved for a 15-year mortgage and you can afford that, that's a great way to know you're in the right zone for living within your means.
Agreed.
Yeah. So great stuff.
Well, that is our show today for Moron Real Estate. We heard a lot of good advice today, but that doesn't mean that all the posers out there are safe from the next time that we do a Moron Real Estate. Join us for more Moron Real Estate next week and another podcast as well. Till next time, happy investing.